had people tell me that the camo is Marpat. I gotta be honest, I'm not too positive myself. I received it as a gift when I asked for the full uniform. It's one of the many outfits I'll wear when I go airsofting. Boots are just basic Magnums, service boots, 8 inches. The knee pads were also a gift. I like to consider them my Ninja Turtle knee pads. They have a bit of that look. The one difference is the normal one kind, it doesn't have Velcro. I actually went ahead and hand stitched all that Velcro into place so that it wouldn't move and actually stay in place when I'm wearing them. The chest rig, just a basic chest rig. It was a cross draw because originally it had a pistol holster here, but I decided that I would prefer more mag pouches. I would prefer a hip holster for my pistol. I don't use pistol much anymore because the one I did have just stopped working very well. Another addition I actually made to the vest, I found it got a little loose in the shoulders sometimes. I actually sewed in these buckles so that I can tighten it up and make sure they don't slide around so much on my shoulders. Just distribute the weight just a little bit more so it doesn't kill me having to wear this all day. Gloves, honestly, when it comes to gloves, I just prefer anything fingerless and preferably something with a little cover because we all know how much it stings when you get hit in those fingers. I prefer to wear a watch. I like a bit to be a timekeeper. I have a Casio, I have a Timex. Generally like to wear a good digital watch. My mask I bought on sale. It's a zombie mask. It's actually become a pretty staple thing for me because one of my favorite game types are zombie games, so having the mask helps out if I ever wanted to play the zombie. The hat, I just generally wear black hats. This happens to be my Under Armour black hat. As long as it's a stretchy hat that actually fits me, my big head. I like to carry an extra battery just in case. That way if, either cold or just the original battery is giving me trouble, I have an extra one so I don't run out there. Over here I just carry my dead rags, so when I get hit I can have them just right there and handy. Carry my speed loaders, as many as I can manage. All the mag pouches, I will generally fill all of them if I can, and I even will carry a few extra if they fit into my dump pouch. Basically, I try and carry as much ammo as I can when I can. On my back, after buying the vest, over time I was able to collect a hydration pack and a shotgun holster. I use I believe they call it a Bear cold steel knife. At least that's what they call it where I bought it. I found I had a lot of trouble finding a spot to keep it, so I decided to purchase a sleeve so that I don't lose it again, because this is actually the second of this kind that I've bought. Yeah, just kind of buttons, hold still, and makes it so it just doesn't fall out. Hard to button when it's dark, but once you get used to it, it holds pretty good. I use a King Arms M4. I've actually downgraded it to a weaker spring for CQB. Right now it only shoots about 200. I might look into maybe getting that up a little bit, but I put it in a tight bore barrel, an X-ring for the cylinder. I may eventually down the line plan to keep it a CQB but try and get the power up a little bit, but right now I'm happy with the fact that it shoots only that much power and still can get some distance. I got a Lancer tactical tracer unit, which works awesome for those night games. Obviously, I'm a fan of duct tape.
I can tell.
Yeah, I duct tape over the holes so that if any weather conditions, I'm protecting the battery, which actually loads up in here. Then also to hold the flashlight in place. The flashlight again was a gift, so I'm not actually sure of the brands, but all I know is it works really well. I also changed out the stock I bought it from the local airsoft swap meet simply because, one, I wanted the tan for the gun, and two, I prefer this style of buttstock to say the generic one that a King Arms M4 would come with. For my CQB weapon, I like to use a 4 reticle sight. Just has most features for that short range, four different crosshairs to use, whichever I'm feeling in the mood for. 2 different colors, red and green. I'll use any old generic high cap generally for my M4. This is probably my best one because it just simply holds the most. Sorry, can't help myself. I picked up some King Arms mid caps from someone, and for my CQB weapon, my King Arms, those actually work very well. Then recently, just because I saw the quality of them and how well they worked with G&Gs, I went and picked up some G&G mid caps. They work really good with my Raider, and I really like the plunger feature because that means no wasted BBs. As the last pellet will come out, it will pop out just like this to make sure that last pellet gets shot as well. For example, on the King Arms here, it doesn't have the plunger feature, which means every once in a while the last shot gets caught opposed to getting shot. Dropping a little. There we go. Secondary, I prefer my Double Eagle tri-shot shotgun with my personal custom paint job. It's been a little beat up, well used, but still a little muddy. Paint job, I pretty much just took some tan spray paint and I took the little yellow drywall sheets that they lay down and put a couple sheets over and sprayed through it, made the nice grid pattern. Otherwise, the gun is pretty much stock, but on the end here, I actually went and bought a shotgun shell holder from a sporting goods store. That way, right on the gun, I can keep all the necessary ammo for it.
Oh wow, I can't even see him. Let's see. Yeah.
My other gun I use is a G&G combat machine I bought used from one of our local vendors. And actually, when I bought it, it had been upgraded slightly. And so apparently the person wasn't happy with it, so they returned it. And I was able to get a pretty awesome deal on it. The sight I added later, I was able to, again, get this at a swap meet. This one is not CQB. It shoots somewhere around 380 FPS and is my preferred weapon of choice when I am not in a CQB battle. Once again, custom paint job. This time I enlisted the help of a friend who actually did the paint job for me this time. So I don't know exactly what technique he used, and other than that I haven't done anything to it other than change the sight. I just find it works tremendously well as is. I don't think I will be replacing either of my AEGs anytime soon. They pretty much perform exactly as I ask them to perform. Generally, when it comes to airsoft, depends on the scenario. There are some events, night games primarily, usually, where I like to slink off and try and sneak up by myself. Usually on a day game, I prefer to stick with a group and try and work together to get to our objectives. Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Apolosi, or just Losi as he likes to go by sometimes. He got me into airsoft. Loves it as much as I do. Unless he's busy, we're out here together working, and he's generally on the same team as me whenever we go out.
This is Cowboy in the act of valor.
Milo!